everybody, my name is Python and welcome back to the Let's Play. Today, my friends, is going to be one of those episodes where on the surface of it, it might not look like I'm doing much, but actually I'm like laying the framework to be able to do a good amount of stuff later on. Now, what I'm talking about with that is me going ahead and finally connecting up the various points of interest in my world so far. That is, connecting my episode 1 house to the fishing cove over there, and also to connect all of that to this woodland mansion. Now, instead of connecting the pathway to the actual entrance to the woodland mansion, which, by the way, is located around the back, what I'm going to be doing today is actually making a second entrance into this woodland mansion here. I'm going to be going ahead and putting it sort of just out here or so, and then we'll connect up our pathways to this new entrance. That way, we don't have to have a pathway that sort of goes meandering all the way around the back. With that said, though, there's nothing stopping us in the future from connecting up an eventual pathway to the original rear entrance into this thing. Just for now, I just want to keep things nice and close-knit, if you will. So, yeah, lots of stuff to be done today. The first thing I think I'm going to do today is I'm going to use this cobble to try and lay out roughly where the paths are going to go. So we're going to start off nice and simply with the pathway that leads over to the fishing cove entrance here. And yeah, we don't really need to go too crazy with this. I mean, even something as simple as this would do the job. Although with that said, do we want to have the path maybe meander into the trees, then maybe turn a corner around the trees so we have a slightly more sort of dead straight entrance into this thing? I'm gonna say yes. Let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to have the cobblestone meander around this tree, turn a corner, and then we've got ourselves a nice dead straight path to the entrance to our fishing cove. So, time for a quick snooze. So we're actually working in the daytime. And while I get back to work on the pathway that's going to lead to the eventual new entrance to the woodland mansion, it gives me an opportunity to say an enormous thank you for all of your lovely support throughout this series. Last episode, once again, reaching just about 1,000 likes. Amazingly, that is now 6 episodes in a row where we've had 1,000 likes per episode. My friends, truly, thank you very much for that. It really does mean the world to me that you folks are supporting this series so much. So before I connect up this pathway to the entrance, I think we need to determine where the entrance is actually going to go. And I think the way I'm going to work it out is by how many windows we have going on here. So we've got 1 window, 2, 3, 4. We've got 5, 6, and I think a 7th one behind that tree before it turns a corner. Now that is a lovely number because that means we can have a perfectly centered entrance, and that is going to be underneath this 4th window. Only this is technically the 2nd floor of the woodland mansion. The one that we enter through on the other side is, of course, at the bottom layer. So that means we need to do a little bit of landscaping around here, folks. I say a little bit of landscaping, but actually, it seems to be a fair amount of landscaping. Anyway, let's go ahead and break this open, see where we wind up. Oh, it's in one of these lovely little 1x1 dark oak tree rooms. So yeah, going back to what I was saying about how I'm sort of laying the framework to be able to do lots of epic stuff in future, working inside this woodland mansion is in my list of things I want to work on in the more immediate future. Now, in order to work inside this place, I think it would be a good idea to basically empty out all of the rooms. Like, literally, I go through each of these rooms and I dig out all of the various bits and bobs that are in them. So in this case, I would dig out all of these weird little mine shaft kind of things, and then we would leave the room just entirely empty. Same with in here. I would go ahead and get rid of this little L shape here. I'll get rid of this little tree thing here as well. Now, here's the cool thing, my friends. Emptying out the woodland mansion here is probably going to take a fair amount of time. So how about this for an idea? Emptying out the woodland mansion can be the first live streamed task I do in this world. That is right, I'm on about bringing live streams back, but this time I'm not going to be doing them on any kind of schedule. They will instead be done basically as an extension to this Let's Play Minecraft video series. If there winds up being a task that's quite mundane and I fancy chilling with my community, then yeah, sure, why not go ahead and strike up a live stream? So yeah, hopefully that's got you folks excited for the future. But anyways, for now, I want to continue work on the front entrance to this place and also the landscaping out of this area. And oh my goodness me, is there a lot that needs to be done here. I must admit, there is a part of me that wants to go ahead and just like excavate this entire place and have the Woodland Mansion be sort of exposed on all sides so we can admire the mansion in all of its grand splendor, you know? The only thing with that is that would take a heck of a long time. So do you know what? That could also potentially be another live stream project. What do you guys think, eh? Coming up with all the stream ideas. But anyways, for now, I just want to sort of excavate the entrance here and plop down some cobblestone and have it connect up to the other cobblestone path outline bits. And just like that, we got a little stairway going down to the front entrance here, and I've got the cobblestone, which indicates where the pathway is going to go, laid down. So, yeah, I don't think we're looking too bad here. Yes, I saw you, Mr. Skelly, but if you think I'm about to allow you to jump scare me, you got another thing coming. It ain't happening, sunshine. So, time for another snooze. Get rid of this rain. And then we're going to head on over to the new Woodland Mansion entrance and we're going to empty out that room. And then, yeah, we'll have slightly better of an idea as to the amount of space we have to work with in each room. Now, obviously, we don't have to limit ourselves to just having this amount of space. There's nothing really stopping us from just, I don't know, breaking out some of these walls and having multiple rooms be merged together. So, yeah, it all depends on what we're going to be putting in each room. And the fun thing is, I think what I'm going to do is I am going to allow you folks to determine what goes in each room. Rather similar to how I had that one mansion build on my original Python's World Let's Play. So, if you folks have any ideas as to the sorts of stuff we could put in this mansion, then please do let me know. And then who knows, your idea and your name might just make it into this world here. I will say the one thing that I know I want to do in here is I want to try and squeeze in a hostile mob drop trap farm. I've already done all the calculations and it turns out these places are indeed tall enough to squeeze in a hostile mob drop trap farm. Needless to say, the way it will work is we'll have the kill chamber on the bottom floor, and then these spawn rooms will be towards the very, very tippity top of the Woodland Mansion, but just underneath where the very tippity top ceiling is. So yeah, it's going to be a fun one, and I'm actually looking forward to taking it on. But yeah, for now, we've got some emptying to do. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this first one here with you folks in today's episode, and then all the rest of the rooms, I think we'll go ahead and do those in the form of a live stream, as I was mentioning just a little bit earlier. So yeah, I really do hope you folks are excited for the return of streams. I'm excited to return. I really am. So yeah, let's go and get rid of this tree. I know, this might be sort of hurting some of you folks, but don't worry, we do actually have 2 of these 1x1 unique dark oak tree rooms in this place. So it doesn't really matter that we're getting rid of this one. Maybe we try to preserve the other one? I don't know. I haven't really thought about what I'm going to do just yet. All I know is I want to get this room emptied out. And we are just on the cusp of getting it complete. Also, I can hear a baby zombie. That doesn't fill me with dread or anything. But anyways, here we are. The first room has been cleared out. And oh my goodness me, is it a large room? How many blocks are we working with here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 blocks by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Wow, it's a perfectly square 15 by 15 room. Wow. You could fit a lot in here, my friends, couldn't you? Alrighty, my friends. So I think the next thing I want to do today is to actually get the pathways made themselves. And we're going to go super simple with them in that we're going to have ourselves path blocks for the majority of it. And then we're going to dot around some coarse dirt. And also, I was thinking some podzol. I mean, we've got leaf litters all across the place, and they have roughly the same color as podzol. So what if we had podzol and leaf litters strewn all across our new pathways? I think that could be a good way to go. And also, it finally gives us a use for this Silk Touch shovel. We're not going to be able to grab ourselves a great deal of podzol with this, but it should be enough to get started with, right? Just gotta make sure we don't, like, accidentally chop up stuff that isn't podzol, because all durability is sacred with gold tools, isn't it? And, in fact, there we are. It's all gone already. That's all we get, my friends. 32 bits of podzol with 1 gold shovel. Ah, well, I think that was a gold shovel well used, to be fair. So, let's get back to our paths and let's make a start. After having a bit of a snooze and switching our source of food because this is the last of my bread. Yeah, cooked salmon. Oh, come on! What is this, Britain? Stop with the raiding, man! I think what we'll do is we'll start off with the longest pathway first, and then the pathway connected the episode 1 base to the fishing cove will seem super easy in comparison. And ladies and gentlemen, just like that, we have our first pathway connected up to the little intersection down here. And now what we need to do is get the pathway from the episode 1 house to the fishing cove done, and then that will be basically the fundamental pathway done. Can't go forgetting about these unsightly dirt slithers though, my friends. It looks like the tree isn't properly rooted to the floor, so let's go ahead and fix that real quick, yeah? Got another one right here. And then I think there was a few more to be had over here. Yeah, look at this. There's a big exposed bit of dirt there. Ew. Like I said in the previous episode, we're not doing things by half measures in this series, my friends. You might have noticed as well that I've actually done very minimal landscaping for the pathways themselves. Instead, I've tried to stick relatively faithful to the landscape that's already here and basically meandered my pathways all throughout them. That way they feel a bit more sort of natural and organic rather than all sort of uniform and right-angly and straight and all that kind of stuff. Now that it's nighttime, I can once again go to sleep and get rid of this godforsaken rain. That's right. Be gone, foul rain. I want some sunshine in my life. Where is it? Ah, there it is. Beautiful Minecraft sun. All square and lovely. And now to get this other section of the path done. Oh boy. What's going to happen first? Am I going to finish this pathway or is my diamond shovel going to expire? Yikes. I think it's going to be close here, folks. Well, the main pathway is done, but we haven't begun on the decorating part yet. That is probably what's going to finish off this shovel. Do we want to put this shovel in, like, a tool morgue or something? Maybe what we could do to try and breathe some new life into this diamond shovel is we enchant it with a level 30 standard enchant and then get ourselves a second diamond shovel, enchant that as well with a level 30 standard enchant, and then we could maybe combine the two shovels together to get ourselves a mega shovel. Oh, that sounds like a pretty cool idea, right? But yeah, for now, the goal is clear. This thing needs to go away for now, and we're gonna have to make ourselves another one. How to immediately tell you're getting more serious about the building side of your Let's Play. Your tools start running out quicker. In terms of decorating this thing, I think we'll do it in kind of a step-by-step kind of dealio. We're going to start off by peppering down some coarse dirt. Maybe some of it can sort of interrupt the path itself. So, yeah, something like that. And then, I don't know, maybe another one in the corner here. I'm not liking the fact that I'm sort of inadvertently making some of the dirt blocks into paths, because that means I'm technically using 2 durability for each of these bits of coarse dirt being planted down. Maybe I'll just do that instead. Just switch away from the shovel when it comes to placing down the coarse dirt. Yeah, I think that works. Oh, good lord. Okay, yeah, there's a water source under here. Can I get myself out of here, please? Thank you. But yeah, ultimately the thinking is I want to have very similar pathway decorations to what I've got going on outside my episode 1 houses. So yeah, with the firefly bushes and the ferns and all that kind of stuff. Putting all that down all along these massive pathways here. Oh, is it gonna look good? There we are. That's the last of the coarse dirt placed down. And yeah, looking pretty good so far. Right, now let's go at it with some podzol. Unfortunately, we've got a slightly lesser amount of this stuff, so we'll have to be even more sparse with the placing of this. Right, we can go ahead and maybe put 1 or 2 just outside the front of our episode 1 house, I think, as well, just to add a tiny bit more to the area. And there we are, final bit of podzol being placed down. And as you can see, the pathway is really starting to get there. There is, however, I think, a 3rd block we could probably introduce alongside the path here, and that is mossy cobblestone. And here we are. Mossy cobble has been added to the pathway as well. Now, I think it's time to go at it with some bone meal and some foliage. Maybe we could place down some leaves along the floor as well. Leaf blocks. I think that'd be a nice little addition. Oh my goodness me. Look at the amount of leaf litters we have now. Okay, this has turned into an invasion now, folks. An invasion of leaf litters. Question, can you go ahead and compost leaf litters? Is that something you can do? I hope so, because I'm about to try it, and if I can, then that would be a nice healthy boost to our bone meal supplies. Go on, Minecraft, be a legend. Let me put leaf litters in a composter. Yeah! Am I really about to sit here and right-click hundreds of times just to dwindle down the amount of leaf litters we have? I'm pretty sure you can also use leaf litters as a furnace fuel, right? I mean, it's not like I don't have a bunch of raw cod to cook up. Look at that. We've got absolutely loads of it. So, can we use these? Yes, we can. Seems to be... Okay, so 2 leaf litters per cooked item. That's not too bad, actually. So a full stack of leaf litters will do half a stack of cod. I should mention I did get that tip from you folks in the comments area, so thank you very much for all of you folks who did point my attention to the fact that you can use leaf litters as furnace fuel. That is most helpful. So actually, when you think about it, leaf litters serve quite a variety of purposes, don't they? You can use them in the creation of bone meal. You can use them as a furnace fuel. You can use them for decoration. Yeah! I am liking leaf litters. They've just gone up so many places on my all-time coolest items in Minecraft list. Let's not forget about lighting, my friends. I've made myself some lanterns, and all I'm going to do now is start spreading them around, I guess. Not only will it make this pathway look nicer, it will also go ahead and limit the amount of hostiles that could spawn around it here. So, yeah, it's all going to be worth it. And now that it's nighttime, we can really get a feel of our new pathway here. All nicely illuminated against the night. Yeah, very good. All right, so as you can see, I've got myself a whole bunch of foliage. All we have to do is start spreading it all across the place. If we want to go for a nice cozy vibe with our pathway, we're gonna want to place down some firefly bushes. Oh man, would you look at that though? Oh, firefly bushes, I love them. I think they're one of the all-time greatest additions to this game, just for the fact that they give off such a nice cozy vibe when it comes to nighttime. So, yeah. Good job, Mojang. This is a genuinely great addition. Not enjoying the addition of all of these hostile mobs in my woodland mansion, though. If you lot could do me the honor of vacating this area, I would be dead grateful. Come on, buddy. Go on, get out of here. And now to randomly place down a bunch more foliage. And then I think we're just going to go ahead and, like, bone meal the ground a whole bunch to really tie off these pathways here. Oh, hey there, copper skeleton. What you gonna do, huh? A grand total of absolutely nothing. You're done. And now for my most favoritist thing in the entirety of Minecraft, bone mealing the floor and restoring a bunch of nature to the area. Ah, yeah, I love doing this. There's creepers behind me who think I can't hear them. What, you think my hearing isn't attuned to being able to detect my own kind? Come on, man. Don't insult me, bro. Get out of here. Get out of here. So there we are. Nature added all alongside my brand new pathways, finishing them off and making them look really quite nice. Do you know what, my friends? I think we can give ourselves a well-deserved pat on the back, because I think this looks like a really nice place to be. And I'm very glad that I spent the time to do this, because making pathways to connect up your various areas of the world helps with immersion quite a lot. And when you go ahead and decorate your pathways as well, it just makes your world a nicer place to be. So yeah, I think we've achieved that quite nicely here today. So on that successful and lovely note, it is time to wrap up today's episode. Thank you very much for watching. I really do hope you folks have enjoyed today's episode. Drop a like if you have. And of course, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on my future content. And also, so you don't miss out on my first ever Let's Play Minecraft live stream. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day.